from the gas station and shit, and the pump wasn't working. So I went back in there. I said, "Hey, homie, the pump ain't working." Ooh. He said, "All right, go to another one. I'm gonna switch it to that one." So I went to another one. He switched it to that one. That one didn't work. So now I'm starting to get pissed. Now I'm starting to get pissed because it done took the money off my car both times. He's saying that it's gonna go back on my car, and I know it do, because when you go to the gas station and you don't get the amount or whatever, it put the money back. So I know it's gonna do it. But it's just the fact of how you know that wasn't my last $30, $40 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? How you know what I'm saying? Like, either way, y'all done spent $30, $40 my dollars. So what if I only had $40 on there? And that mean I ain't even got no gas now. Y'all done fucked me off. So I was kind of pissed about that shit. Like, goddamn. I need to put a sign or something saying the pump ain't working. So what was we talking about? Venezuela. Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I was like, man, that kind of sound like a play to me. It almost feel like they invading them folks. For, like, what's the real reason? Because they try to make it sound like even the Venezuelan people wanted. Hold up. They try to make it sound like even the Venezuelan people wanted dude captured or whatever, or out of the way or whatever. But I think that's just propaganda, because if the Venezuelan people want to do it out of the way, they would have got him out of the way. You see what I'm saying? Why would they need America? Why would a whole country need America to take down a drug dealer? That don't make no sense. They didn't want him out of the way. That's America saying that they want him out of the way, because America always got to have some type of excuse for bullying motherfuckers. So that's what's really going on. America is bullying Venezuela because they talking about that they bringing in all the drugs. Americans do all the drugs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, they force feeding America these drugs. No, the Americans want cocaine. They want marijuana. They want drugs. Why do you think they bringing them over? Why do you think all these cartels bring thousands of pounds of this, of cocaine, thousands of pounds of this, thousands of pounds of fentanyl, thousands of pounds of this and that and the third? Why do you think they do that? Because this is where the goddamn customers are at. You know what I'm saying? So if the people want the stuff, I ain't never understood that either. That's another thing I ain't never understood. Why are if people want drugs, why are they illegal? That don't make any sense. Who the fuck is y'all? The government ain't your motherfucking daddy. You know what I'm saying? There's other countries. I don't know name all of them, but I think Amsterdam is one. I want to say Switzerland is one, but I could be wrong. But there's other countries that drugs aren't even illegal at all. Like, any type of drug, it's not illegal. That's how it should be. Why in the fuck is a drug illegal? That's a person choosing to do something or whatever. Ain't nobody. I see if somebody was making them do it. That's different. Somebody was making them. If that was what the drug culture was, a bunch of people getting made to do drugs, I would get it then. Oh, okay, we need to stop that. That's horrible. Y'all making these people do all these drugs and stuff. But that ain't what's going on. People go to the drug dealer and buy the drug. The drug dealer don't go find them and make them do drugs and shit. That's a supply and demand thing. So if you got a cartel bringing all this damn supply, why? Because there's a demand. If there's a demand, that means the American people want that thing. The government is supposed to work for the American people, not against the American people. So if the American people want drugs, why in the fuck is it illegal? If you just want it to be some type of way where you can control it or whatever, then put control on it like you do everything else. Just like you do any other crop. Just like you control corn. Just like you control strawberries. Just like you control watermelon. Just like you control every other crop. Put your governmental regulations on it and all that. Just like you do everything. That weed is just a crop. There's a whole bunch of other crops. Cocaine is a crop. That's a crop. It comes from the coca leaf. You know what I'm saying? If people want that stuff, well, who the fuck is the government to say you can't have it? That's the part I don't get. That ain't the government ain't our daddy. You know what I'm saying? They ain't our mama and shit. They're like the government is our mama and daddy and shit. It might be mine half-ass because I'm a soldier and I grew up in the military at a young age. So Uncle Sam half-ass is my dad, my stepdaddy a little bit. That's because that's shit. Uncle Sam taught me how to be a man. On the cool. That's where I get my manhood from. It's from the military. Before I went to the military, I was a fucking mama's boy. Straight up. My mama spoiled shit out of me. I had all the polo boots. I had fresh polo shirts. You remember the polo shirts that used to have the pink in it? They was like the expensive ones and shit. check my delivery screen right there. I gotta give me another phone. I got another phone, but I gotta get another iPhone. I got an Android and shit. I don't wanna. iPhone is better, just straight up. And I used to be an Android dude. All around, I can't say I ain't never had none of the new Android phone. I ain't had an Android phone in a while, so maybe the new ones is out now. Maybe they standing up to par or whatever. But for the longest time, Android just wasn't fucking with iPhone. Period. Not when it came to any type of audio, video type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta give me another iPhone. Really, I had one, but I fucking sold it and shit. I had a good one. I had a 15. I be getting blazed and shit, so I be forgetting shit sometimes. Hey, shit. Ain't nobody joining because they don't want to hear the real. They don't want to hear a real nigga. A real nigga. Hey, what is a real nigga exactly? Somebody break that down. What's a real nigga? What is a real nigga? Cause the way they be talking about it, when I hear somebody say they're a real nigga, to me, it come across like they trying to say that they of some different class of they in a whole different class of niggerdom than the average nigga. That's what I take from it. And they trying to say that they class, the class that they in, is most stiff. I think that's what it mean. Like, I think being a real nigga just mean that you most stiff. Like, you stiffer than the next nigga. You stiffer than a nigga that ain't a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think that's what other people mean by it. To me, what a real nigga is somebody that's just honest with themselves. That's just a realist. To me, like a realist. If you're a realist, you're a real nigga. Somebody just honest about life. Don't sugarcoat or tiptoe through the tulips. Shout out Sarnetta, that's where I got that from. Tiptoe through the tulips. I don't be watching Sarnetta and them no more. I used to watch that shit all the time. Because now it's just getting repetitive. Like, okay, we from Africa. We from this. Okay, whoop. Okay, whoop-de-doo. What that nigga say? What Thug say? Whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Whoop-de-doo, you got all this bitch-ass religion and all that. Goofy ass. I can't stand that religion ass shit. I'm starting to hate that shit. At first, I was just removed from it. Now, I'm starting to, like, feel a way about the shit. Because I feel like they tricked us. I feel like they put my people in a trick bag. And I feel like we so stupid or something. Like, not stupid, because we not stupid, we smart as hell. That's not the word. Gullible. Gullible is the word. We so fucking gullible. We just, okay. You want us to get on the ship? Oh, okay. Oh, we get on the ship. We just so fucking friendly and shit. But then with each other, we about ready to go to war with each other about any little thing. But then a whole group of people come and trick us and get us on these boats and all that. We just cooperate and shit. Okay. Oh, sure. You want me to ride on the boat? Okay. Then the ones that was already here, oh, you want me to help you with your crops? I'll show you how to grow that. Oh, you don't know how to grow corn? I'll show you how to do it. Oh, you don't know how to take a bath? I'll show you how to do it. Friendly. We too gullible. We get scammed. We get scammed too much by people. And I think that's what religion is. It's a big ass scam and shit. Look at all these priests and shit. I seen a video the other day. It was a priest beating his daughter up. I'm talking about really beating, like punching her down, like not like getting a belt and popping her. No, not that. I'm talking about beating her down, like pop, pop, bing, bing, giving her the bing bings. I was like, damn, they giving his daughter the bing bings. Then I seen another preacher. He was dragging his daughter by her hair, dragging her on the ground by her hair and shit. What? Them preachers be on one. And then they making all this goddamn money and shit. I'm like, damn, y'all making all that money. It shouldn't even be no hungry people or nothing nowhere. Why are y'all not taking that money? Like, why does a mega church even exist? Like the big multi-million-dollar structures with the auditorium and this, that, and the third. What is that? Come on, man. And then right outside the gates of that shit, you got some homeless people hungry as fuck. The priest putting up in a goddamn Rolls Royce, and she got a whole Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? Why does the priest need a Rolls Royce? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit crazy the motherfucker to me, man. Like, how the fuck is y'all balling the fuck out? Talking about some God stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that made me want to be a minister and shit. I started to do that shit, too. I started just act like I believed in the shit, start faking the shit. And then you got to remember, think about this. Think about how many of them priests are people like me that just doing it, they know it's some bullshit. And they just doing it for the money and shit. I think that's a lot of them. I think a lot of them priests know that that's some bullshit they talking about. They just going along with the bullshit because they know it's making them a lot of money and shit. I think that's a lot of them. A lot of them. You know who I think is like that? The Houston white dude. What's his name? Osteen. Osteen, he ain't even Christian. He an atheist. Facts. Osteen and his wife, they don't believe in that bullshit. That's a business for them. They done figured out how to, like putting on a show and shit. Like putting on a Broadway show. They don't believe that shit. They all about their paper. They'll tell you they all about their paper. They ain't gonna tell you that they know that religion is some bullshit, but they will tell you they all about their paper though. To me, that's on the low telling you that religion is some bullshit if the priest is all about their paper. If the priest is all about their paper, how is that not telling you that that's some bullshit? The Bible tell you that a rich man getting into heaven will be harder than getting through the pin of a needle, the eye of a needle, or some shit like that. It say some shit like that. So what it's saying is it's shunning being rich, basically. The Bible basically shuns being rich. That's a fact. The Bible does not look at the rich man as a righteous man. So why in the hell would the priest be trying to be rich? That never made sense. That ain't never made sense. With me, how I go through life is if it gotta make sense. I don't care what it is. It gotta make sense. If it don't make sense to me, I ain't fucking with it. That whole priest thing and all that shit just don't add up. The math ain't mathing. Why come we can't do why come we can't do none of that stuff in the Bible? Why come we should be able to do some of that stuff? If any of that stuff was being done then, we should be Why would I follow a man when I'm a man? You see what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. Why would I follow a man? Why would I follow? Okay, I get maybe getting some knowledge, getting some advice. Say steel sharpen steel. So I get learning from other men. That makes sense. But following, and if I'm saying I'm religious, that means by default I'm following a man. If I'm following the Muslim religion, I'm following Muhammad, I believe. If I'm following the Christian religion, I'm following Jesus. If I follow Buddhism, I'm following Buddha. You see what I'm saying? So either way, if I join a religion, I gotta follow another man. That totally fucks it up for me. I'm not gonna be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. Cause to me, that's like, cause I still look at us like animals. So I'm a human animal. This other person that you're trying to get me to follow, that's just another human animal. Why would I follow this other animal? I salute the animal, like Jesus. I salute Jesus for them coming up with these stories and all that, and it's lasting so long, and you allowing these white folks to use this to brain fuck us. I salute for what they put down. You gotta respect it. It was put down on a major way. If I'm not misunderstood, that's one of the best selling books ever. So you gotta respect what they put down. But that don't mean I believe it. That don't mean I believe it. I don't believe it. And you can't make yourself believe something. I can't just make myself believe in the Loch Ness monster or Bigfoot or whatever thing I ain't never seen or witnessed or seen on. And now, even if you see the shit on camera now, that don't even matter because now they got this AI. All this AI stuff, it's starting to get realer and realer and realer. As time go by, the AI is starting to catch up with what's really how a human really move and how all this shit really do. If y'all haven't noticed, when it first came out, the AI stuff, it was way off. All the movement, how it had to make the people move, everything was way off. Now it's starting to get back. Oh, I need to use my flashlight for my battery down and shit. But now the AI is crazy. The AI now, it's starting to look like some real shit. For real. I got all kind of gadgets and shit. Damn, I want to see my babies tonight, but I gotta grind tonight because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. That light ain't fucking with my it's brighter. But I like the ambiance. I like the dark look. I'm like the Dark Knight in this bitch. I'll put that bitch up here and see what it do. Oh no, that's too high up. I'll put it right there. That's too not enough light. These lights bright as hell. Damn, that sucks. That light gonna go off in a little bit. The battery down there dead. There's a lot of shit going on. Uh, they found that the little, it was a baby. I think it was a 4-year-old little boy. Went missing on New Year's Eve, I think it was. They found his body. People are fucking crazy. Like, that made me, you know what I be thinking sometimes? Like, okay, remember how when we was, like, I'm almost 50, right? When I was a kid, we used to goddamn me just go where we wanted to go. We would walk all the way. We'd be all like miles away from the house and shit, just us kids. Walking around, doing whatever the fuck. And I be thinking sometimes, like, maybe, because I be thinking, you know how they'll say it wasn't as bad back then, that's why we was able to do all that? I be thinking, like, no, maybe it was as bad back then. We just didn't know about it because we didn't have all these different news channels and social medias, this and the third, and all this and the third. Because later down the line, we did start finding out that there was a bunch of serial killers and shit that had been killing people and stuff. So I be thinking like, damn, maybe it was. We was walking around like that, all loose and all that, and it probably was a bunch of weirdos and shit, kidnapping my kids and kidnapping women and all kind of shit. Them people probably was out there doing that. We just didn't know about it. Now we know about different shit. We don't even know about all the ones that have doing it now. But I'm saying once people do know about it, it's easy to spread the word. Back then, when I was a kid, nobody would have known if it was like some people doing some weird shit or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe it's the number of kids that's coming up missing and all that. Maybe that's how they can measure it. Maybe it was less kids coming up missing back then. Cause we never really. I'm trying to think if we ever had any problem with any adults trying to do anything to us or something. I used to have this one racist when I was a kid. It was a racist dude. Used to do he used to do like little funny shit and stuff. Like his dog was racist too. He'd make his dog like bark at us and growl at us and shit when we walk by. Like we walk by, he'll make his dog. He'll do his dog. He'll make him growl. He wouldn't do that to like the white kids and shit. He would only do that to the black kids when they walk by and shit. It was a racist dude, grown ass man and shit. When I think back on that shit, like that's a grown ass man. When I thought back on that, I was like, that was a grown ass man trying to intimidate some kids and shit. And we was fucking I'm talking about this was in elementary when this was happening. I was an elementary school kid. So I thought back on that when I got grown. I was like, damn, that was a grown ass man trying to intimidate some children. Like, come on, I don't give a fuck what your ailment is, racist, whatever your little thing is. You shouldn't be trying to intimidate the kids with it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's to me that made me look at him even worse. Like, okay, you a racist and you trying to intimidate. Why are you trying to intimidate the kids? Leave the kids alone. Kids ain't did shit to your goofy ass. Yeah, they don't give a fuck about you. They trying to walk home from school and shit. They don't even give a fuck if you racist or not. You know what I'm saying? That's your business. But yeah, we used to have like little racist shit going on. Cause like I said, I'm from Arlington and shit. So Arlington used to be a racist. It's still kind of racist. But when I was a kid, it was really racist. You know what I'm saying? So we used to have shit like that happening. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, shit. My childhood was pretty fun for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Other than the racist shit. Other than the racist shit, it was fun growing up in Arlington. We had fun. Especially when I was coming up in this bit, because it wasn't as populated and stuff. It was way less people. I'm one of the originals. I met with a dude about a week ago. I flipped furniture and shit on Marketplace, right? So I met up with a dude to sell him a refrigerator, and we got to chopping it up and all that. And he was like, man, you one of the only dudes. You probably only one of like 2 or 3 people that I even know that's even really from Arlington. Like, cause there's a lot of people that live in Arlington, but they from other places and shit. I'm actually from this motherfucker. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I went to elementary school, junior high school, the whole shebang. Went off to the army, came back, this and the third. Like this is my motherfucking hometown for real, for real. Like since I was a kid, like a little kid and shit. Matter of fact, we came here when I was 4. We came from Waco. I was born in Waco. We came from Waco when I was 4. So I've been here since I was 4. Matter of fact, I was younger than 4. I think I was like 3 actually. I think I was 3 because I started school out here when I was 4. So we must. I was already out here like a year or 2. It might have even been 2. Might have came out here when I was 2 because I was already. We had already been living here before I started school, and then I started school early. Instead of waiting until I was 5 to start first grade, I started first grade when I was 4. You know what I'm saying? So came from Waco and shit, and I grew up in this motherfucker. So when I was a kid, it was real fun in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Cause it was still just a little country town and shit. It wasn't like no big city type vibe. You know what I'm saying? We used to walk from down there one side of the city to the other sometimes, or ride our bikes and shit. We used to walk we used to walk to Trader Village. Over the Trader Village been there for a long time. That was there when I was a kid. We used to walk to Trader Village from um, West Arlington. We used to be in West Arlington, all the way over there by Parks Mall, past the Parks Mall though, over by there, on that side of Arlington. And we walked from over there all the way to Trader Village. You know what I'm saying? Or ride our bikes. We used to go to Trader Village and shit. Cause that's where we sold a bunch of shit. Anytime we got a hold of anything that we could sell, we take it to Trader Village and sell it. We was doing that since we was a kid. I was a kid and shit. And then I remember when they built the Parks Mall, we used to go to the Parks Mall and race around the you know how they got the circle that go all the way around the Parks Mall? We used to race around that. That was our racetrack. I be thinking back on that shit like, damn, how did we get away with that shit? We used to literally be racing around that motherfucker in the cars. Actual gas-powered cars. Racing around that motherfucking circle, around the Parks Mall. You know what I'm saying? That's before it is what it is now. They done built a bunch of different wings, different shit. This is when they first built it was fresh. We was racing around the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Because Arlington is Motor City. Arlington is Motor City. Cars is a big thing. We car dudes out here. We car men. You know how when dudes don't play sports, how people be like, oh, you a weenie, you don't play sports, you don't like sports. That's kind of how I feel about dudes that ain't car dudes. Like, how you not a car dude? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Think about it. That's your horse. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we cowboys, we in Texas. If we cowboys, and the first cowboys were black, do your Googles. If we cowboys, that would mean that your vehicle is your steed. You're not into your steed? That's crazy to me. I never understand when somebody say they don't like driving. Oh, I hate driving. I love driving. It's like one of my favorite things to do. If I was to ever get rich or just make enough money where I could do this, on my land, in my backyard, I'm gonna have a racetrack where I just test my high performance cars and shit. I'm gonna have a racetrack, big ass racetrack in the back. Just look down like one of them NASCAR tracks and all that. Might not be as big as a NASCAR track, but damn near. You know what I'm saying? I want to have my own land with enough land where I can build down there a NASCAR track on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. That would be bomb to get a Mustang Dark Horse 5.0, a Camaro SS, a 82 Camaro SS, that's a bunch of cars I want. I'm gonna race them around that track in my backyard. That's what I'm gonna do every day. That's gonna be my thing. No, but I'm just rambling on and shit, trying to get used to this streaming thing. When I'm talking to myself, these conversations be seeming more interesting. You know what I'm saying? Cause I be coming up with all kind of different topics because I be watching YouTube videos and stuff too. So when you watching the videos, people will say shit you don't agree with, all kind of shit. You be like, oh nah, ooh, 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 ooh. If somebody say something I don't agree with, I'll sit there and have a conversation with myself about what they said. Is that crazy? Am I crazy? Is that regular? Do everybody do? Cause I be thinking I'm crazy sometimes. Am I crazy or is that regular? Do y'all do that? Do y'all like talk to you like if somebody say something or something that you disagree with? Will you have a whole conversation about it with yourself? Or am I like a few screws loose? Cause I could be. I done been through a lot. I done seen a lot. I done did a lot of, I don't say party favors. I could be fried. Some of my brain could be fried. And I have a lot of traumatic memories. You know what I'm saying? So I could be slightly off the rocker. Or not. I don't think I am. But what I do notice is that none of the shit that I stand on, that I think about, aligns with everybody else. So I be thinking, that's why I be thinking I'm crazy. Not for nothing, no in particular thing that I say or do, but just for the simple fact that the things that I say or do don't align with everybody else. I'll be like, okay, maybe they right and I'm fucking crazy in here. I be thinking that all the time. Like, damn, maybe how I look at this shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But how I look at it is honestly how I look at it. It's honest. It's not scripted or nothing. I don't follow anybody, so it's not. You know what I'm saying? The things I believe in, the things I stand on, it's an honest belief. I don't have no sponsorship with them or nothing though. But it's the real hot sauce. Get you some Dorito, a little dab of do you. Remember that? Remember your art teacher used to tell you that? When you was in art class and you trying to put too much glue on the thing? She would say, a little dab of do you. That's what you do on her, a little dab. Doritos good in the bitch. Especially with this hot sauce on there. They good with Tabasco sauce too. Get you a bag of Doritos and just pour you some Tabasco sauce in the bag. Shake it up. No, gonna be good in a bit. I'm fat as hell though. I was thinking that earlier. I was like, damn, I be eating too goddamn much. Cause I ate like a big ass breakfast, and then I turned around and then I turned around and ate again. This purple Mountain Dew, I'm just drinking it because I bought it and I'm thirsty. But if I had to rate it, I want to do 10. And I'm a Mountain. When I was drinking soda, it was a time when I used to like soda. But when I was drinking soda, it was Mountain Dew. That was my favorite soda, Mountain Dew. This purple Mountain Dew, if I got to rate it 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 1. And I really don't even want to give it that, but I said I got to rate it 1 to 10. You know what I mean? 1 would be the lowest. I really want to give it a 0. It's trash. On the cool, I'm kind of offended because I fuck with Mountain Dew. Well, I did, and I feel like it let me down. Let me down. Oh, what up, bro?
What's up, man? You doing all right?
Yup.
I wasn't trying to disturb you and shit.
Oh, no,
I
you
see you on the
good.
phone. Shit, you smell good in here. I was just trying to say what's up.
Oh, already.
You doing all right? Your truck doing all right?
Hell yeah. You know what it was?
What?
That one time when I came back and it was still fucking up.
Yeah.
All it was, I fucking didn't tighten the goddamn.
That's what it was.
Thing
You
on
tapped
there.
on it. I remember I seen
That's
you
all it
right
was.
there.
So when I
And
tightened
then
that bitch,
cranked
it was
right
good.
back up.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Okay. So what's the wire loose on there? The
Yeah.
whole wire?
That's
Or
all
just
it
the
was.
tip of it?
Yeah, just the tip of the. That's all it
I
was.
got you, bro. Dang, I'm glad you figured it out though.
Already. I done, man. My truck had broke down and shit, and I be getting mad and shit. I gotta calm the fuck down, cause I get mad and shit and be fucking up shit worse. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I got a temper problem. I got a bad temper, and I ain't. I'm a buck 60. I'm a buck 60 after I just got through eating. I be thinking that sometimes, like, damn, somebody gonna whoop my ass one day. I ain't the best fighter in the world. I'll get out there with you though. I'll take my glasses off and get out there with you. But I am not just sitting there saying I'm like the best. You know, I can whoop everybody's ass in the whole world. Mm-mm. I don't whoop some ass though. I don't whoop some ass. I done got my ass whooped. I done been on both sides of the pyramid. The homie right there helped me with my truck. He gave me a ride and shit. My shit was tripping and shit. It really wasn't tripping. I know what happened. I was just sitting there with the radio on for too long. Just sitting there with it all loud and shit. And the radio in these trucks, it got like a Bose or like some high quality ass shit. So that shit using a bunch of power. So you leave it on and leave the radio on loud and all that shit drain the shit out your battery. Nah, but I all this tough talk. I ain't trying to be tougher than I just playing the situation. Got these motherfuckers that piss me off and shit. Because I'm with the fuck the streets movement. I like that. You got all these niggas talking about some, nah, man, you can't say fuck the streets. You can't say fuck the streets because the streets made what made me. Nigga, that ain't you. That's what we talk about. You, we don't want a lot of yous, nigga. That's what we saying. That's what we try to say. That's the point. That's the bad thing. That ain't no good thing. It made me, you a whole bitch ass nigga and shit. Nah, we don't want no whole bunch of bitch ass niggas. That's the problem. It's the streets made me. Yeah, that's what we talking about. That's why that's what we saying. We don't want a bunch of you ass niggas, man. That's what we saying. When a nigga say fuck the streets, and he say, well, and nigga say, well, it was the streets that made me. You the nigga we talking about. You the type you the type of nigga that we talking about that the streets done made, that we trying to get rid of that mentality. We trying to get rid of that type of mentality. That's what we saying. Niggas ain't saying fuck the niggas in the streets. They ain't gonna never be fuck your homeboys and all that. Why would you say that? It don't have nothing to do with you saying fuck the streets. The streets is foolishness. The robbery and the murder and the mayhem. That's the streets. That's what niggas is talking about. Fuck that stuff. Not the niggas or the bitches. Why would we say fuck the people? That don't make no sense. We people. We was in the streets at one time. If we saying fuck the people, we saying fuck ourselves. No, we saying fuck the mentality of being a goofy. That's what we saying. Fuck the goofball mentality of wanting to do your people in and shit every chance you get. Every time you get a chance to fuck a nigga over, you taking it. That's what we saying. Stop that. If you wanna do all this grimy shit, all the grimy, that's the street shit. All the grimy and sliming your partner out and snitching and all this stuff. Snitching, that's street shit. If you a snitch, you in the streets. Cause how you know about, you wouldn't even know if you can snitch. That means you was in the streets. Because how would you even know what the fuck was going on to snitch? You know what I'm saying? If you ain't in the streets, you wouldn't even know. When I was in the streets, the squares around us, they didn't know what the fuck we was doing. They assumed. They made assumptions to figure out what we were doing, but they didn't really know what the fuck going on and shit. We ain't tell them. Oh, y'all, we doing this. Fuck out of here. If you snitching, you in the street, you a street nigga. That's why they got your ass locked up in a position to snitch. Cause you was doing some street shit. That's why you got caught up and that's why you snitching. You were doing some street shit. So a snitch, that's a part of the streets. That's one of the characters in the streets. Whether y'all like it or not, that's one of the characters. A snitch. That's a if you ask the laws, that's one of the main characters. You know what I'm saying? Shit. If you talking to the police, that's probably one of the main characters. But nah, and then they say, well, a lot of y'all just saying fuck the streets because y'all want to snitch. What? Nah, nigga, that sounds stupid. Now, I get that's why I thought about it. I was like, okay, I see why Boosie saying what he's saying because he right in the middle of a case. He in mid-street drama. Street trauma, should I say. He in mid-street trauma. You know what I'm saying? That's why he can't, what he say, hypnotized by hate? He hypnotized by the street shit right now because he in mid, they can fuck his life off shit behind the dumbass street shit. And then Boosie, he really should be saying fuck the street, cause nigga, you did. That was a dumbass case. That was dumb, nigga. I wouldn't have claimed that. Hell no. Nah. We had to fight that in court. Nah, nigga, that ain't my pistol. That was a prop gun. What y'all seen? What y'all seen me having my waist on that video? That was a prop gun. That's what I would have said. And I would have took that bitch to court. To trial, nigga. That's a prop gun. I don't carry no guns. We was shooting a video, so they gave me the prop gun so I could look cool and shit. We gangsters, so that's how we look cool. We have guns and shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, I would have told the laws that. I would not have claimed that gun if I was Boosie. And then I wouldn't even be going nowhere where I need it. Well, you can probably need your gun everywhere, but I'm saying I wouldn't be in the hood and all that. Which I know that's kind of where Boosie. That's where his name even come from though. Is he a hood nigga. He wear that shit proudly. But it might be time to elevate Boosie. Might be time to step up out of that hood nigga persona and just become a boss. Get you some rappers under you. Go baby on them. Get the game from baby. You got his number and shit. Get the game from baby. You just some rappers and shit. Do the baby thing. You know what I'm saying? Step out of that hood and you ain't no hood nigga. I mean, you'll always be a hood nigga at heart, but I'm saying, like, you gotta step out of it moving like one. You know what I'm saying? Your gun and you behind your bag and all that. Oh, you ain't even supposed to have your gun anyway. Nigga, take your shit like that. I hate when I see a nigga in public and he got his gun to where somebody can just take it. I'm like, you ain't even know you got the gun on you, but you not even really no gun toter like that for real. I can tell because how you got your gun and shit. A real shooter not gonna have his gun to where somebody can take it. You know what I'm saying? I be seeing niggas like I seen a nigga like that the other day at the laundromat. He got his gun, cause I think it's legal to say you got your gun if you show it or something. Man, I ain't finna show nobody. That's the stupidest shit I've seen in my life. You never want nobody to know that you got a weapon. That's dumb. Why would you want somebody to know that you got a weapon? That's the stupidest shit ever. Because if some shit pop off, they gonna pop your ass first. Because they already know you a threat. So you supposed to be secretive with your weapons and shit. You're not supposed to be having it on. That's the dumbest law I ever heard. That whole uh you can have it on you, but it's gotta be seen. I'm like, what? That's stupid. Why would you want somebody to see your weapon? That's dumb as hell. That's dumb. They make you a target. The dude that I seen the other day, he had his weapon on the side where everybody could see it and shit. And then you could tell he was all paranoid and shit. Every time a nigga walk by him, he looking and shit, making sure I don't want to be in there like that. I got mine on me. I'm not in there paranoid and shit, thinking somebody finna reach for it. They don't even know I got it. That's why they ain't gonna reach for it. They ain't gonna reach for it. If you got it right there on your waist, they gonna reach for it. I probably would if I was a young nigga. If I was a young nigga, I would have took your shit too. I don't even be mad at the young niggas for taking the people gun when they be having it all out and shit like that. They teaching you a lesson. You shouldn't have that motherfucker out like that. That's stupid. And another thing that's dumb that I be hearing a lot of the young black men say, not just black men, but a lot of the young men, they say they keep one in the head of their pistol. That's another stupid thing to do. That's dumb. That's A lot of you niggas gonna end up shooting yourself. That's how the dude. What's his name? The one football player shot himself in the leg and shit. That's stupid. Only way, only way you should have one in the head is if you're in an immediate. You're going into a situation where you know it's gonna be some shooting going on, or you know it's a high probability that it may be some shooting going on. You going into that type of situation, and I feel like you shouldn't even be going into them type of situations. So really, you shouldn't even need that. But if you just carrying on an everyday basis, regular carrying, you should not have one in the head. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Because here's why. It don't take but 1 second to cock it back and put one in the head. That's all it take, 1 second. So you see some characters walking your way, and not only do it take 1 second, uh, but it's also like a rattle. You know how a rattlesnake got the rattle? Shake their rattle, let you know it's danger. When somebody hear that cock, then they know it's cracking. You know what I'm saying? So not only do it take 1 second, but you rattling the rattle. Okay? The next time it sound off, it ain't gonna be no cocking sound. This cocking sound is the warning. That's the warning. There ain't no warning fire, warning shot. The warning shot gonna be at your motherfucking head. The motherfucking cock, that's the warning shot. When I cock that bitch, that's what letting you know. Get the fuck on. It's one in the head. Now you know it's one in the head. That means action. Action, like saying lights, camera, action. So now it can go anyway now. So, no, that's stupid when people be telling you to keep one in the head. That's dumb. And also that depends on what kind of pistol you got too. Cause some pistols don't even have no safety. So or the safety is just not feasible for any type of real shooting situation. Because the safety is too hard to take off, or you gotta have the gun pointed a certain way. It's just a lot of them safeties is more of a hassle. You know what I'm saying? So so what they start doing, they start making a lot of pistols don't even have a safety. That like that. So if you don't have one, if you don't have a safety, then you 100% should not have one in the head. Your safety is cocking the bolt back. That's your safety. The safety is cocking the bolt back because you don't even have one in the head. They ain't gonna shoot if they ain't got one in there. So you don't even put one in there until it's time to shoot. A lot of you niggas running around here got these pistols in your drawers pointed at your meat. And you got one in the head. And you got a pistol that ain't got no safety. You got one in the head, pistol ain't got no safety, it's in your drawers pointed at your meat. I'm saying, nah. Somebody walk up right now. All I gotta do is cock it up. If I see some dudes walking right here, they got on hoodies and shit. It's gonna take me 1 second to cock that up. I ain't gotta have that hoe on hot. That's a hot potato. You got one in the head. That bitch hot. That bitch hot. Hot potato. Hot potato. That's a hot potato. I don't want no hot potato in my pants. The fuck? Nah, that's a horrible advice. These niggas, they ain't no real shooters. A lot of these niggas, they just talking. That ain't no real shooter shit to have one in the head. Unless you in a situation where it requires you to have one in the head. A lot of the police, they'll have one in the head. But they steady in a situation where they need one in the head. You know what I'm saying? Like they moving in a way to where they damn near always need one in the head. So that's different. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people compare themselves to the police. You ain't the police. You ain't pulling up on all these dangerous situations and all that every day. I mean, if you are, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? But most people are not. Most people just carrying their pistol just in case something bad happens. And they can defend themselves. If that's the case, I think, personally, my opinion, keeping one in the head is stupid. That's my personal opinion. I think that's a horrible idea. I think a lot of people done shot themselves like that. A lot of kids, the kids done found the weapons. And because they got one in the head, it's easy for the kid. It's hard for a child. That's another thing. It's hard for the child to cock that hoe back and put one in the head. That's another reason why you don't keep one in the head. Because if your child find your gun, let's say you got your gun laying around somewhere, your 4-year-old find it. It's going to be hard. They might can cock it back, but I doubt it. It's going to be hard for them to cock that back and put one in the head. So that's a safety precaution. So that's dumb. I'm telling you youngsters out here, if you hear this video, don't keep one in the head. Unless you just going into a situation where you need that one in the head. But you really shouldn't be going to no situations where you need one in the head. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? If you just got it on you for protection, just practice cocking it. Just when you at home in the mirror or whatever, practice cocking it so you don't fumble up when it's time to cock it. Just practice. Practice cocking it and aiming it. Practice that. Do it fast. But that you don't want to have one in the head. That's dumb. Keep it off safety. If it do got a safety, keep the safety off. But just don't keep one in the head. That way that little cock, that's your one in the head. Don't buy no cheap ass gun that when you cock it, it's gonna fuck up. It ain't gonna never feed right and all that. You gotta get a real brand name ass weapon. Smith & Wesson, Ruger. One of these brands, you gotta get a brand name ass gun. To where when you grab it and you cock it, it ain't gonna lock up or the round ain't gonna get stuck in there. Then you got to practice doing that. Putting out a cock, different positions. Somebody over here, somebody over there, somebody over there. You got to practice. You know what I'm saying? Practice makes perfect. But don't keep one in the head. I don't give a damn who done told you that. They ain't nah. They dumb as hell. If they keep one in the head, either they a police or a goofy. Now, if you like if you beefing with somebody or something, and if it's like that, if you living like that, and it's hot for you right now, you in a beef or something, and you just hot. It's on sight. Y'all see each other. It's hot potato. That's different. It's all each situation is going to be subjective. It's going to depend on the different variables of the situation, no matter how you looking at it. But I'm saying just in general, if you're a gun toter, you really don't want to just be walking around with one in the head. That's not a good idea, especially if you got kids. I've had guns as far as I can remember. And my guns used to be laying on my bed around my kids and everything. But I would not have one in the head. And I knew that my kids couldn't cock. I would purposely buy pistols that had a little weight when you try to pull it back and cock it. That wasn't easy to cock back. Because I knew my kids wouldn't even be able to, if they were to pick it up, they wouldn't even be able to cock it back. You got to think about all that type of stuff. If you're gonna be a gun owner or a gun toter, you got to think about all that type of stuff. That's a strong responsibility you got in your hand. You could take some. That's a strong responsibility. It's like a car. A car is people underestimate a car. A car is a weapon. A car is a 2-ton missile flying down the road. This is basically a low speed missile, big heavy missile. So you gotta respect it. It's the same way with a gun. This thing can take a life. You gotta respect it. I done seen so many different news stories of kids shooting each other and shit. And I be thinking, every time I see one of them videos, I be thinking, they had one in the head. That's why it was so easy for that child just to pick it up and pop it. Because it was already cocked back, ready to go. All you had to do was just squeeze. All that had to be done was, if the safety was on, take the safety off and hit the trigger. That's all had to be done. That's it. That's why a lot of these kids end up shooting each other and all that. Because y'all be having one in the head. Don't keep one in the head. That's dumb. When you go to sleep at night, you got your gun under your pillow. You got the one close to you, or whatever. You can keep one in the head then, if your kids don't be coming to your room and all that, because you don't have it on you. It's on the nightstand or it's under your pillow. I wouldn't keep it one in the head if it's under your pillow though. But if you got it on the nightstand, you can keep one in the head then, because you just gonna if you hear the door squeak or somebody break in or something, you just gonna grab it off of there and go to work. So then you might want to keep one in the head if you keep it on the nightstand, because you don't care about cocking it if somebody's in your house already. Somebody breaking your house, you don't give a fuck about trying to scare them cocking it or nothing like that. You just trying to go work. And in your house, you got to defend your shit. And I would say, yeah, in that little situation, if you keep your shit on the nightstand at night when you go to sleep, maybe I wouldn't even then, me personally, because what if you roll over or something and hit you? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. You don't want your pistol hot like that. Y'all be walking around with these hot ass guns and shit. You don't want your shit hot. It's a hot potato like that. I don't know how I got on the conversation of guns. I'm just going down tangents and shit. I'm from Texas. That's all we know is guns and shit. Guns and dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? I keep hearing people from Louisiana, from Texas, they not country. What? How you ain't country? You country to the motherfucker, D. You don't want to be. I ain't never understood why a motherfucker don't want to be country. What the fuck? That's like one of my best assets. Fuck is you talking about? Nigga, you take that away from me, nigga. I'm from New York. You take my country away, I'm a New York nigga and shit. That's boring. That's what made me cool and shit. I'm country. I thought maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I thought. Like that's like one of my cool features and shit. The fact that I'm country as fuck. Like when I cook, it be a country ass meal and shit. I always got cornbread. Like I always gotta have rolled cornbread and shit with it. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have sweet tea. You know what I'm saying? So it's gotta be fried. Some gotta be fried. Nah, I'm a country motherfucker. When I barbecue, I use the beer that I'm drinking. You know what I'm saying? To marinate the food. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got a Corona, maybe not the one I'm drinking. That's a little far fetched. But I'm saying out of that 6-pack, out of that 12-pack, I use one of those. Grab it. It's Corona. I use it to marinate the you know what I'm saying? To marinate the ribs or the brisket or whatever. That's country. We country. We don't give a fuck. We ride horses, all kind of shit. I personally don't have a horse, but if I had one, motherfuckers, I would ride that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Right there in the street. I'm telling you, you can go to the phone right now. You can go to the phone right now. It's gonna be some motherfucker riding horses. Straight up. I heard a song. Hey man, who was that? Twisted Black. It was another cat. I can't remember his name. They got a song talking about Funky Town. That shit jamming like oh, I heard this shit yesterday. That shit say, "Won't you take me to Funky Town?" That shit was jamming like oh, like this shit jamming like oh. He was wrecking that hoe too. I can't remember his name. He was wrecking that hoe though. It was the young dude from Fort Worth. He was wrecking that hoe. And he had Twisted Black on that hoe. They both wrecked that hoe. But that's how the hook went. Won't you take me to Funky Town? I was like, oh, that hoe right. The beat, they had the beat. The beat, that hoe was hard. I want to hear that hoe again, matter of fact. Hey, that hoe was hard. Won't you take me? Was somebody from Fort Worth gonna use that sample and make a song? I used to always think that. I wonder if anybody gonna make that song. They made that hoe. And that hoe hit too. They did that hoe did hoe. They ain't fuck it up. You know how some people remake some shit and it don't be what it supposed to be? Nah, them niggas did that hoe. That hoe hit. They landed that hoe. That hoe jamming. I was like, oh, that hoe jamming. Cause you can't hardly hear nothing that be jamming no more. Like now, it be jamming, but it don't be like, you know how back in the day you had them songs and shit to where you'll keep playing that motherfucker back to back to back, you know what I'm saying? Or you'll push that hoe back every time that hoe in, you'll play it again and shit, play it again. That Funky Town song, one of them songs. A lot of people don't make them songs no more like that, to where you just keep playing that hoe back to back. Kendrick Lamar, he made one. They not like us. They not like us. That was hard. That's one of them songs you just keep playing back to back. They not like us. They not like us. A minor, he went bad on Drake. Drake tried to sue him and shit. Drake, you think that was Drake idea to try to sue him, or you think his lawyers came up with that shit? Cause that was a dumbass idea. I don't know who came up with that shit. Ah, nigga, we lost the rap battle, nigga. Let's sue. How you look? So you lost the rap battle, and you gonna sue? Oh, the homie, man, I let the homie hit this though. He want to hit this though. Oh man, how you gonna lose the rap battle and try to sue the nigga and shit? You gonna sue the nigga? Drake crazy the motherfucker. Drake, you tripping, fool. you try to sue, you try to sue dude. You try to sue dude for beating you on the rap, fool. That was funny, man. That made you look worse. That made that put in concrete that Kendrick Lamar smashed you on that shit. When you tried to sue the nigga, you took it to. Ain't nobody ever tried to sue the nigga they lost to. You did a whole he that made him feel even better. You made it worse, fool. Cause everybody already felt like you got smashed. So then you tried to sue him, that made it worse, fool. They was like, damn, he smashed you that bad, fool. You trying to sue him? Damn. You could just took the loss and just came out with another song or something, just came back at him or something. You didn't do that. You just tried to sue him. Come on, man. We better respect that. So, Drake, we better respect the fact you tried to sue dude because you lost the rap battle and shit. I don't know what's going on with him now. He got some type of shit going on where they trying to... I don't get none of that shit because it don't make no sense to me of why you can't put no money behind your music. I don't get that. To me, that don't make no sense. Why I can't put no money behind my music? I don't get that. I gotta look into that because that don't make sense. I don't see how that makes sense. I need to ask Siri. Where's Siri, bitch ass shit? Siri, they need to change the name. Can I change the name myself? Cause everybody be talking. I want to personalize my personal assistant. I don't want everybody to know her name. Everybody be calling her and shit. Let me see. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Oh, she ain't answering. Hey Siri. What is payola?
Here's some info about payola.
Payola in the music industry is the illegal practice of paying a commercial radio station to play a song without the station disclosing the payment. So, what they saying is, hey Siri, use ChatGPT to explain payola.
ChatGPT asks, could you clarify what you would like to know about payola? Are you referring to a person, place, or something else?
Payola.
Payola refers to the illegal practice of paying radio stations, DJs, or other media outlets to play specific songs without disclosing the payment as sponsored content. This practice gained notoriety in the 1950s within the music industry and led to legal reforms requiring transparency to prevent undue influence over music charts and public playlists. Payola is considered unethical because it manipulates public perception of a song's popularity.
But that's marketing. When I put money behind a product, I'm manipulating the popularity of the product. That's what you do when you pay for marketing. That's what you're doing. You're fucking manipulating the popularity of the product. You can get a bullshit ass product. If you put enough money behind it, it's gonna sell. That's business. Fuck is y'all talking about? That's capitalism. I'm done, Siri. I'm done.
Okay.
Damn, I learned something right there though. So it still don't make sense though. So you saying I can't fucking advertise. That don't make no sense. Why I can't advertise? That don't make sense to me. I don't get that. Why did they come up with that? Of course I'm manipulating the popularity. That's what I'm in the business. I'm in the music business. Why wouldn't I manipulate the popularity? That don't make any sense. If I'm selling fucking frozen corn dogs, don't I want to manipulate the popularity of the corn dog? I want to put the commercial everywhere. I want every time you turn on your radio, every time you the YouTube video, the commercial on there be about the frozen hot dogs. The fucking I'm manipulating the popularity because if they didn't see the commercial, they wouldn't even know my product exists. That's called marketing. Why is it bad to market your shit? I don't get that. I don't get that. I think you should be able to put money behind your shit. Whether it's on the record, off the record, whatever. If you doing it off the record, that's just something you gotta explain when you file your taxes. But that shouldn't be. I mean, it's illegal. It should be. I ain't gonna say it should be illegal, but it should be probably. You still gotta uh be responsible for it when it's time to file your taxes though. So even if you doing it, if you ain't reporting it, uh, if you're not reporting it, who they saying you gotta report it to though? Cause I think the only people you gotta report it to is the tax people, the feds, when you file your taxes. Other than that, I don't get it. I don't see why it's illegal. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense. Hey Siri, what's going on with Will Smith?
Here's some news about Will Smith.
Hey Siri, use ChatGPT to give me information on Will Smith.
Here's an answer from ChatGPT.
Can you read it?
I currently don't have the capability to read text out loud. However, you can use your device's built-in screen reader or text-to-speech.
You just did it a few minutes ago. She lied just now. Why she lie? So the AI computer thing will lie to you? Hey Siri, are you programmed to lie?
I found this on the web.
Don't try to find it on the way. I'm talking to you. See, that's unaccountability. They really made it like a real woman and shit. She ain't got no accountability and shit. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Are you, Siri, programmed to tell a lie?
I'm not programmed to lie.
Just straight and direct like that, huh? Okay. Hey Siri, use ChatGPT to give me some information about the Venezuelan attack.
On January 3rd, 2026, the United States conducted a large-scale military operation in Venezuela, resulting in the capture of President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores, who were flown to the U.S. to face charges including drug trafficking. The operation targeted key military and strategic sites in Caracas and surrounding regions, leading to explosions and a temporary power outage. International reactions were mixed, with Brazil and China condemning the action as a violation of Venezuela's sovereignty, while Argentina welcomed the move.
If you say so, Siri. And then why you tell me you couldn't read it and then you just read it? See what I'm saying? Then before you said you said you wouldn't lie. Oh, you just lied. You just said you wouldn't read. You couldn't read. You even took it past saying you wasn't gonna read it. You said that you can't read text. You're not even able. You took it past just saying you wasn't gonna read it. you said I can't. I don't even have the capability. You said some shit like that. Like I don't even have the capability of doing it. Now you just did it. See what I'm saying? AI lied to you. I know you listening, Siri, but I hope you really listening. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm done, Siri. I'm done.
Okay.
Siri, they made it like a woman for real. Siri, are you a real woman? She just went off. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. What is a woman?
Here's some info about woman.
Hey Siri. Use ChatGPT to define what a woman is.
Here's an answer from ChatGPT.
A woman is an adult human female. Biologically woman, typical have two X chromosomes, though there are exceptions due to various genetic conditions. Women generally possess reproductive systems capable of bearing offspring, although not all women can or choose to have children. In addition to biological aspects, the concept of being a woman also encompasses gender identity. Which refers to an individual's personal sense of their gender. Some people may identify as women regardless of their biological characteristics, reflecting the complex interplay between biological, social, and personal factors in defining gender. Wow. So they done threw that shit into the definition. The world going crazy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everything is backwards. I'm done, Siri.
All right. Feel free to reach out anytime you need help. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Thank you. Take care.
Pretty soon, AI gonna be able to do everything. Hey Siri, is AI trying to take over the world?
Of course not.
She said that with her chest. I don't know. Damn, of course not. I don't know if I buy that. You know what I'm saying? Hey Siri, will AI ever get advanced enough to have emotions?
Here's an answer from Wikipedia.
While AI has achieved remarkable progress in areas such as medical diagnosis through cold cognition, it largely lacks the capacity to comprehend and predict human behavior, influenced by social and emotional factors. So the fact that they don't have no emotions make us cry sometimes. That's why a robot can't mimic us, because emotions make us cry sometimes. I said, but most of all, make you fall in love. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell my stories about my time when I was running with H Town and all that. I had a little time when I was running with them. I'm gonna tell that story. I done told it before. I'm gonna tell the story on here again. I was running with H Town though. And I was actually running. I was with a group, not with the group. Like I wasn't in H Town, and I was with the what's the word? What y'all call them? The people that be all around them and shit. The fuck, not the congregation. The I was with the same management company, so I used to be around them all the time. But I'm gonna tell that story. Rest in peace, Dino. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell that story one day. Siri, I'm done.
Okay.
She was listening. She just sitting there listening the whole time. Hey Siri, how can I make $1 million tonight?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
Most definitely.
Here's an answer from ChatGPT.
Making $1 million in a single night is highly unlikely. without access to significant assets, high stakes investments, or extraordinary circumstances. High risk methods like gambling, speculative trading, or risky ventures could potentially yield such returns, but some come with substantial risk of loss. In your considering legal and ethical options, focus on leveraging existing networks, high value assets, or exceptional business opportunities. Always be cautious of scams promising quick wealth. Siri basically saying you can't do it. Hey Siri, how do I make $1 trillion?
Here's an answer from annuity.org.
1 trillion is the equivalent of 1 billion multiplied by 1,000. So
It's
if you
1 trillion.
so if you got $1 trillion, you got 1 billion times 1,000. You got 1,000 billion. That's crazy. 1,000 billion? You could make 20 people billionaires and it wouldn't even affect you. It wouldn't even, you don't even feel it. You can make 20 people billionaires and you wouldn't even take a hit. Damn, that's wild, motherfucker. That's just how I talk. And I want to be myself on here. I don't want to be no character or nothing. I want to be me. I cuss when I talk. Even when I'm talking to myself, I be cussing and shit. That's just how I talk. Shit. Damn. I wanted to see my babies today, man. But I gotta get this bread. This shit slow though. I gotta get this bread though. It seems like that's all we do all day, every day, just try to get the bread. Oh, I gotta get the bread. Oh, I gotta get the bread. It don't matter what you doing. Whatever you doing, it's gonna be like an all day thing and shit. Even if you got a job, that's all day too. Cause by the time you get off, you tired and shit. You gonna eat, go to sleep, be ready to do the shit again. They got us on a slave. They done tricked us. They tricked us into being their slaves. We fell for the bait. Would you rather continue to be a slave and just be in this, rat race? Or would you rather go back to living like in nature and just be like not having none of this stuff going on, just living off the land? Would you even want to go back to that at this point? If that was an option, if they was like, okay, we finna goddamn me, go take this shit done got out of control, you know what I'm saying? We finna take this shit back to where we was just goddamn me tribal and all that. We just living off the land. You ain't got no whole bunch of concrete structures. We finna tear down all this stuff, everything. We gonna have no whole bunch of concrete structures, none of that. We're gonna live off the land, we're gonna let the trees grow, let all the stuff grow and stuff. So we got a bunch of foliage everywhere you go, trees everywhere. Would y'all even really want to go back to that? For real? I think a lot of people wouldn't. A lot of people love this Matrix. They love the way this shit set up. It's cool sometimes. Sometimes it's cool. But in comparison to living off the land, it's nothing, really, when you think about it. All this stuff is nothing. It's like a bunch of junk. When you compare that to maybe living next to a waterfall or something. You know what I'm saying? Where right next to the waterfall, they got a peach tree or a grape tree or some type of tree that produces fruits. You eating off the tree. grapes and shit, fresh ass grapes off the tree. And you got a waterfall right there. You can jump in. You got spring water. It's what that in comparison to that. I don't know. I probably would go back. Like we could pop some type of pill to make it to where we just go back to where it was like that. I probably would. Cause this concrete jungle, it's not what we made it out to be. Look how we going to war with each other and all that. Look how we act in this concrete jungle. Look at all different countries going to war and all that. We can't even figure out how to just live here without trying to kill each other. Yeah, it's fuck the streets though. Still. Hey Siri, is it fuck the streets or no?
I found this on the web.
Hey Siri, use ChatGPT to explain is it fuck the streets or no?
ChatGPT asks, could you clarify what you mean by is it from the streets or no? Are you referring to a specific item, phrase, or style?
I said fuck the streets.
If you're expressing frustration or strong feelings, I'm here to support or assist you however I can. Let me know how I can help.
You can't support me. What the fuck are you talking about? So she go lying again. This is a whole relationship. Me and Siri in a relationship. I was first. Okay, hey Siri, if I'm frustrated, what would you do to help me?
Sorry, I don't understand.
What you just said, see what I'm saying? You just said if you frustrated and had anything going on, just let me know. I can here to support you. She said that. I didn't tell her to say that nothing. So then I asked her, what would you do to help me if I was frustrated? She said, sorry, I can't answer that. What? That's women. They made it just like a real woman. That's how some shit a woman to do. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Some shit just like that. That's what women be on, shit like that. Hey Siri, what is a cis woman?
Here's some info about cisgender.
Hey Siri, you use ChatGPT to explain what a cis woman is.
Do you want me to send this screenshot to ChatGPT?
No.
Okay,
I don't want you to
I won't.
screenshot. I want you to explain to me. She been a hard head, all that. She checking off all the boxes for being a hard head, stubborn ass woman. Straight up. What I want to know now? Hey Siri, use ChatGPT to tell me how many casualties in the Ukraine-Russian war.
As of January 3rd, 2026, estimates indicate that Russia has suffered approximately 1.1 million casualties, including both killed and wounded, since the full-scale invasion of Ukraine began in February 2022. Ukrainian casualties are estimated to be between 60,000 and 100,000 killed, with total casualties reaching approximately 400,000. These figures are subject to verification challenges and may vary based on different sources.
I forgot I was live and shit. I was doing some other shit. I have to come off here right fast though. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll be back.